Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, reveal the books I bought this week, and somewhere on this episode is a mystery pop-up segment. Where will it be? It's a mystery. Shh. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. This is the third and final Mardi Gras episode of 2025, and on this episode, it's all about the color purple. Now, I'm going to touch base on that later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked, Storm is regarded as a goddess in her family's village in which African country? Well, the correct answer is Kenya. Her mom is from Kenya, and when she finished what they call high school, or what we call high school rather, she ended up moving to the States and enrolled in Empire State University and met Storm's father, which is David Monroe, who happens to be from New York. And Storm was born in New York, and the rest, as they say, is history. Well, the correct answer is Kenya, and 6 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, your name's been entered in a drawing for a free tee. That drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is... Coffee and a Comic. Now this is someone who answered on Instagram. So congratulations, Coffee and a Comic. You yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode. And as I'm doing this episode, it is February 28th, but as you're watching, it is March 1st or later. And the month of March is Women's History Month, so every question in the month of March is going to have something to do with a female comic book character. But this is a DC question. Former tennis star Alice Marble was named associate editor for which book after suggesting the addition of a section on real superwomen? Is it A, Wonder Woman, B, Supergirl, or C, Power Girl? Now here's some hints, and there's only 2 of them. The first hint is that this character made her first appearance in All-Star Comics number 8 in 1941 and was created by William Moulton Marston. And then the second hint, this is a real dead giveaway. This character has been played on the small screen by Linda Carter and on the big screen by Gal Gadot. Yeah, you ought to know it. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now D'Angelo Ballou from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features one of the plant-based characters in all of DC Comics, going up against one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe. Representing DC, we have Swamp Thing, and representing Marvel, we have Shuma Gorath. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call...
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Swamp Thing versus Shuma Gorath. Swamp Thing possesses manipulation of plant matter, which allows him to change shape and size, travel through time, and appear in places where there's life. He also possesses superhuman strength, durability, regenerative powers, and the ability to grow wings out of plants to allow for flight. Shuma Gorath possesses vast mystical powers, reality manipulation, energy projection, shape-shifting, teleportation, immortality, and levitation. Who would win? Swamp Thing would put up a good fight, but very briefly. He ambushes Shuma Gorath from beneath the ground and punches a hole right through his eye. Did I mention that Shumagarath is immortal? Well, Shumagarath mystically heals himself from the injuries sustained by Swamp Thing and rejoins the fight. Shumagarath then ends the fight by encasing Swamp Thing in one of his tentacles and sapping the power and life essence from Swamp Thing. Shumagarath wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Hey everyone, now this month is also American Heart Month, with emphasis on heart disease. Now heart disease is one of the leading causes of death among men and women. Coronary artery disease, arrhythmia, heart valve disease, stroke, cardiac arrest, and congestive heart failure are some of the different types of heart disease. Symptoms of heart disease are chest pain, chest tightness, chest pressure, chest discomfort, shortness of breath, pain, numbness, weakness or coldness in your legs or arms if the blood vessels in those parts of your body are narrowed, pain in the neck, jaw, throat, upper abdomen, or back. About half of all Americans have at least one or three key risk factors for heart disease: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and smoking. Some risk factors for heart disease cannot be controlled, such as your age or family history, but you can take steps to lower your risk by changing the factors you can control. Now, I personally know some folks that are living with any of the various forms of heart disease that I just named, and I know some folks that have lost their lives from heart disease. And this mystery pop-up segment is for them, and if you're watching this and you happen to be living with heart disease, or you know someone who has heart disease, or you know someone who, or is a family member who lost of someone who lost their lives due to heart disease, I love y'all, and this mystery pop-up segment is for y'all. Alright, this is an American Heart Month Comic Hero tee, and if you would like one, you can find them on IamTheComicHero.com/shop for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the American Heart Association. And during my last visit at Excalibur Comics, which was about 5 days ago, oh really? No, not 5 days, 4 days ago. I went on Monday, but I ended up buying 20 comics. Now, for this mystery pop-up segment, I've decided to split the books in half, and you're going to see the front half in this mystery pop-up segment and the back half in the Comic Books I Bought This Week segment. And I'm about to reveal what those books are, so here we go! First up is The Amazing Spider-Man number 68. Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice, number 36. Catwoman, number 73. Challengers of the Unknown, number 3. Daredevil, number 18. Exceptional X-Men, number 6. The Incredible Hulk, number 22. Laura Kinney, Wolverine, number 3. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 30. And finally, The New Gods, number 3. All right, with those 10, that brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 13,471. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed the Mystery Pop-Up segment. With this being February 28th, I couldn't let this month come to a close and not celebrate it. This has been something I've been doing on the show for a number of years, and I just refused to not celebrate it. And I also hope y'all enjoyed the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight. If you want to make a request, go ahead and do so, but remember, I have rules. The first rule is there has to be at least one comic book or manga character involved. The second rule, that comic book or manga character can go up against another comic book or manga character, a video game character, or a series-minded cartoon character like Optimus Prime, Voltron, Lion-O, Snake Eyes, anyone like that. And then my third rule, don't have, I don't know, don't have Squirrel Girl go up against Jimmy Olsen. Just saying. All right, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, now you saw the front half of the books that I bought from Excalibur Comics from my last visit. Now these are the back half, so here we go. First up is NYX number 8. Star Trek number 29. Titans number 20. Ultimate Black Panther number 13. Ultimate Wolverine number 2. The Uncanny X-Men number 10. Really excited about this book. Weapon X-Men number 1. Wonder Woman number 18. X Factor number 7. And finally, X-Force number 8. All right, with those 10, that brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 13,481. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Former tennis star Alice Marble was once named associate editor for which book after suggesting the addition of a section on real superwomen? Was it A, Wonder Woman, B, Supergirl, or C, Power Girl? Now, here are the hints to help. The first hint is that this character made her first appearance in All-Star Comics number 8 in 1941. It was created by William Moulton Marston. The second hint, this character was played on the small screen by Linda Carter and on the big screen by Gal Gadot. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Coffee and a Comic who won a free tee on this episode. Now, the third color of the Mardi Gras season is purple, and purple represents justice. Now, the definition of justice, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, is the maintenance or administration of what is just especially by the impartial adjustment of conflicting claims or the assignment of merited rewards or punishments. Now, a lot of times when somebody does us dirty, we want justice. We want the person responsible for the deed to pay for their crimes. Now, we live in a dog-eat-dog world, and a lot of times when somebody does us wrong, a few of us want to go after that person. In other words, you kill my dog, I kill your cat. But that's not justice, that's vengeance. Now, the definition of vengeance, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is punishment inflicted in retaliation for an injury or offense. That's basically putting matters into your own hands. Look, don't do that. You don't want to do that because there's no going back. Because when that happens, justice will be served, but not against the person that did you wrong, but against you. In other words, let whatever judicial system you have handle them. All right, now this is a Justice Purple comic hero tee. And if you would like one, you can find them on IamTheComicHero.com/shop for $17. Now, before I go on with the road ahead, I just want to give this brief history lesson on Mardi Gras, because it's celebrated, it's mostly celebrated here in the Deep South, but then it's also celebrated in different countries, especially in different parts of Europe. But Mardi Gras originated from pagan spring and fertility celebrations, including the Roman festivals of Saturnalia and Lupercalia. Now, when Christianity arrived in Rome, Italy, Christian leaders incorporated these popular local traditions in their faiths. Now, the original reason for Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, after this was established, was to have a day of feasting and celebration immediately before the practices of Lent began. Now, on March 2nd, 1699, French-Canadian explorer Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne Sieur de Bienville arrived at a plot of ground 60 miles directly south of New Orleans and named it Point du Mardi Gras, when his men realized it was the eve of the festive holiday. Now, Bienville also established Fort Louis de Louisiane in 1702. Now, that is now called Mobile, Alabama. And in 1703, the tiny settlement of Fort Louis de la Mobile, as it was then called, celebrated America's first Mardi Gras. Now, after the first celebration, it soon became a ball holiday. However, the first recorded Mardi Gras ball and parade were held in New Orleans in 1857. And Mardi Gras became a legal holiday in Louisiana in 1875 when Governor Henry Warmoth signed the Mardi Gras Act. This made Fat Tuesday a legal holiday in the state. So this year marks 150 years that Mardi Gras has been a legal holiday here in the great state of Louisiana. And now you're probably wondering, where did the colors of Mardi Gras come from? All right, well, in 1872, the crew of Rex, which is also known as the Rex Organization, selected the colors as part of a celebration to welcome the Russian Grand Duke, Alexei Alexandrovich Romanov. Now, the colors were proclaimed in newspapers calling for balconies to be decorated in the colors. Now, that suggests that Mardi Gras, when it came here to the States, it was first celebrated in Mobile, Alabama, and it was established in Mobile, Alabama. But let's be real. All of Louisiana does it best. Now, in most Mardi Gras parades, they have different floats, different marching bands, local establishments, you name it, and they throw what we call Mardi Gras beads. Now, here's some Mardi Gras beads right here, and then they also throw some coins and then cups. Now, most towns and cities that celebrate Mardi Gras, they have different crews. And there are some cities that are so big that they have more than one, like the Shreveport-Bossier metropolitan area, or Lafayette, or New Orleans, or Baton Rouge. They have different crews. They all have very interesting names. Like the very first the very first crew was the mystical crew, or the mystic crew of Comus, which was established in 1856. Then there were some other crews like the crew of Centaur, the crew of Janus, the crew of Gemini, the crew of Darbone, the crew of Harambe, the crew of Barcus and Meow, the crew de Vue, the crew of Rex, which I just mentioned earlier. And then there's even one called the Intergalactic Crew of Chewbacca's. Now, I know this is a lot, but but in case some of y'all were a little skeptic about going to a Mardi Gras parade, or you've never been to one before, then I'm just letting y'all know what to expect the next time y'all go out there. But all I have to say is y'all have fun. Oh, and one of the more popular things about Mardi Gras are the king cakes. Now, in the beginning, king cakes were baked, but at first they placed a bean inside the cake. Now it's a plastic figurine of a baby, and it's been said that if you get the slice that has the baby in it, then the party gets to be at your house next year. And let me tell you, I've had that happen to me a few times. All right, but that's Mardi Gras in a nutshell. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode 515, the first episode of March, I'm raising awareness against endometriosis. Then on episode 516, I'm raising awareness against multiple sclerosis, or MS. Then on episode 517, I'm raising awareness of colon cancer. Then on episode 518, I'm raising awareness of cerebral palsy. Now, within those episodes, expect to see some mystery pop-up episodes. I know that I'm going to do one where I'm going to raise awareness of kidney cancer, and then I'm doing another one where I celebrate the St. Patrick's Day. But y'all look for that. And I really love doing this show. I really love sharing my love of comics. I say this every week, but it's true. I really do. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the East Texas Comic Con Fans Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Louisiana Delta Content Careers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 515. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and laissez le bon temps rouler.